Welcome to the Void, and today I am not only early, I am stupid. So, if I can just get the chat onto here, I can start by explaining why I am stupid today, and the reason for me being stupid today is uh, I think this is also stupid, but I'm stupid because I was planning on getting better camera, but when I went to the store, right, and I asked for a small HDMI from like the input from my camera and then to a USB to my computer, obviously my laptop actually, and it turns out doesn't fucking exist, and it's it makes sense why it doesn't exist, but they do have like small HDMI to bigger HDMI, but not the like other thing, the middleman, I guess. So I went to another store, and that guy was a bit more tech known. So he said like you have to have a thingy that basically looks like a flash drive because it will be better for streaming, because he asked very smartly if that was the purpose of why I needed what I needed. And yeah, that was expensive, and I cannot afford that. But the reason I'm actually pretty fucking stupid is that if I had bought the small HDMI to and then a bigger HDMI, it would still fit my laptop because I do have that type of port. So sometimes you have to be stupid, and that cord I can actually afford. I do not know if it is able to work properly, but either way, today I will put it here so it won't be in the way, because I did buy an extension cord for the microphone. So yeah, at least I have that going on. But I will today paint some aesthetic shit, and the aesthetic is a reference from a picture that I took from maybe a year ago, or maybe this winter. I am unsure, but it is basically black sky and like some fog shit from obviously a cigarette, and then there is just my feet in like the black abyss, and it's fitting for the void theme. It is truly. So I'ma have some music, some classical music, because it is smarter. I mean, it makes the smart things in the brain go, ooh, nice. Right. So I will stars. I need to start with stars. So it will be stars. Right. I'm gonna use this side of the thing. And the reason for me being earlier than most streams is because my mom decided, yeah, I'm not going to be away from the whole night. I'm just going to go away and then come back again. And it's like, okay. And then I have to do shit earlier, because I figured if I had to walk my dog at 9, then I'd have to hurry the fuck up painting, because she comes about at 11, she said. So it's better doing this first and then walking my dog, because brain cells, I mean, at least something of the brain cells are working today. I can't say that for every single day, because obviously they didn't work and I should have tried experimenting with putting the actual camera into my computer sooner, so I wouldn't feel so fucking stupid right now. But either way, I mean, we gonna have some stars. So, and I need to make smaller stars than this. But I mean, you can see that shit, so that means it's okay. But, yeah. And it was really nerve-wracking because I made lasagna, so I procrastinated way too much to fix this, which I apologize. But sometimes you just gotta be stupid, and you can't do anything about it because sometimes brain cells just won't work. Now, I'm unsure of how many stars I'm going to take, but I'm thinking I need smaller stars than what I started painting, because that was a bit too big, yeah, at least in my perception. But it's okay. Not everything is being able to be so small like you'd wish, but that's okay. So I'm thinking I'm maybe trying just making some small dots. Yeah, that worked a lot better, because I was starting to like do and then over again, and that makes it way too big, or at least such a small thing. But then again, there are stars shining brighter than other stars, so technically it still makes sense. It's just they weren't as pretty as I would like. And yeah, I did pre-paint the canvas. I'd say it's still cardboard, but black, because the sky is black, and I should have painted it over with black once more, because I see it's as we say professionally in Norway, it's skjoldete, which means just basically you see that it's not completely covered in colors, basically, and that's not necessarily ideal, because you'd like at least the background to be fully contained by one color before you like slash other objects on top of it. But that's okay. Not everything has to be perfect, although you'd like them to be. Right. And I think I'm that early that no one's watching. But that's okay. Because, I mean, at least if people are genuinely interested, they can watch later. But for the time being, I am alone. I'm watching myself. But that's okay. Sometimes the only person giving you enough motivation to do things has to be yourself, because the only one who's capable of living life is yourself, usually. So I am now just dotting and not making small crosses, and I'm trying to like have some of the dots closer, and I'm not trying to have an even space around them, and I'm trying to make them kind of random, like not going everywhere at once. And I mean it helps with the randomness. So I am covering this top with stars because about from here will be then my legs, but then again I think I should drag them a bit down and around just in case. I mean, I don't know how much of my legs will cover the picture, but I mean at least it will be a trial of realism, which is something that is smart to practice, and that is actually having something that you're specifically going to paint, because going in blank may work sometimes, but you should always have something of realism to be able to make better art, basically. Now, so I have some bigger crosses, and maybe even one across, just for the randomness, you know. And then I will put in smaller dots here. Right? Now, some dots. That's not a dot. That was a line. Fuck. That's okay. And I mean, as I've started doing, I will post a better quality picture of this onto my Instagram, because I mean, you can't fucking see shit. Yeah, you can't really see anything. That's okay. I mean, people be blind. It's not the end of the world, necessarily. Right? Perfect. Now I'm gonna get my drink. And today I don't have any suspicious water. I have regular blue hydraulic fluid, because it tastes amazing. Now, I will try not to drag the whole thingy, but I need fog. And I forget how to make fog, but I probably need some black into the white. That's a lot of black. And then having maybe this one, because this is like flat and it's like huge, and I can like just like tap or maybe drag. But I'm a bit afraid that it will be a bit too static, you know, like really foggy. So maybe I should stop being stupid and just use a regular brush. I mean, probably. So I'm gonna have some black, probably a bit more than that. That's a lot. Then I'm gonna put it into some white. Now I think that's too light. Yeah. Because I will make the shadows from like behind the legs first, so you know I'm adding to the painting. So I should actually find the reference picture. I have found it. Perfect, but that's not with the fog. So it doesn't really help, but then again it will help when I'm making the legs. Right. So I'm thinking that the fog will just be somewhat around the foot. So maybe somewhere like here. And then just drag from like side, and then maybe some up here too, just to show that it's not just from one place. So it makes sense, you know, walking onto the sky, but it's like really just the ground. It's like trippy as fuck. And that makes sense, because obviously it does. So this is the fog behind, and then I think the fog in the front will always also be a bit more from the top, because that's what I remember from the picture with actual fog. So I will extend it a bit downwards. And I should have it a bit more from here. Perfect. Starting to look like a masterpiece already. Perfect. And then, I don't know, something down here too, just to add a bit. Probably some here too, just so it's all across the painting. Yeah, you can hear me tapping on the fucking canvas. And that's not, I mean, it sucks for you, but I mean, I also listen to it. So at least we're equal now, in that sense. Yeah. And now there's two people. And it's not only me. It is have this too, and I would like for you to say hi, because it's like a polite thing to do, and it's easier talking to someone rather than just talking to myself all the time, because although my mind is full of weird bullshit and conversations with myself, it's a whole nother thing having to like express it verbally, and that's not always as easy. Want to become famous by followers, Prime, and viewers on bigfalls.com? No. I'd like the people watching me to be like real people. And bitch ass, I don't got money for that. And it's not necessarily the first thing I would like to use my money on. First of all, I'd use my money to the weird donglet thing that makes me have real, better HD quality on my streams. That'd be priority number one. I mean, if there aren't at least 30 people watching me by like next year. Maybe I will think about it, but as of right now, nah, ain't gonna fucking happen. So I'm adding a bit light to the foggy things because they looked so flat. They didn't look real. So I mean, I don't think it's supposed to be looking real. That's so. And at least now we won't hear weird and annoying tapping from the glass because you're up there and the glass is down there, so we won't hear it as prevalent. And now I will go to the pain thing that is painting shoes. So at least it's not that hard, I guess. So I need a weird type of orange grayish by the looks of this picture, but I need it to be sort of yellow. So I mean yellow and a bit of yellow orchy actually. Yeah, I think that will work. And it's a yeah, I think this could either way be amazing because I'm such a great artist, you know. Now, I think that's a kind of good color. What are you painting this evening? I am painting an aesthetic picture of my feet in like the fucking space, and you'd think like the space be like the sky, but it's actually just the ground, and basically walking on nothing because I was on a swing once and I took pictures of my feet just when the swing went up. So, and I should probably update you. I was trying to take the camera that I have into my computer. So I went to the store and I asked for like a small HDMI to a USB, which doesn't exist. And then I found another person told me, oh, you need this basically USB thing for streaming because it's more capable to handle the things and the streaming, you know. But that shit was expensive and I cannot afford that. So I went home empty-handed today, and I should have thought about doing that a bit before. But either way, it's okay. It's not necessary to have great quality right away. I mean, it's just excuses, but that's okay. So now I am painting shoes in like the sky, which I'm trying to do as correctly as to this image I have as possible, which I think will be the evening's hardest part. Good thing I am coming along greatly. And good thing it's okay to not have things looking amazing on first try, because like it needs other things as well. So I'm gonna put on some white because I mean, it looks like the same color all the way through, and that's not good. So I'm gonna try and make it look good. But at least it has shoelaces, so I'm gonna have to do that as well. Which is gonna be not an easy task. Because I mean, already I am struggling. Now, the other shoe, I think I have it too narrow. I mean too wide and not long enough. And that looks better, at least. And then, fuck. But I was going on about that painting something by reference is a smart thing to do because you practice realism, and that's a handy tool to be able to mimic, you know, something that actually exists. It can be smart. Right. And as far as the shoes goes, it's not turning out as badly as I would predict. But I mean, the night is young. I can still fuck up. Now I need to signify, I mean, put in some light spots and words. I mean, fuck, I had something brilliant to say. I just don't remember it right now. That's okay. Great. Now I need some other colors to make like skin, or maybe just socks, I guess. Because I mean, there's more to this painting than shoes. Right. It's kind of hard I mean, being able to see the pants on this picture, which is not necessarily ideal, because then I don't know how to make this look good, but I will pretend that I know. So, I mean, at least uh, the gravity is like downwards, so it makes kind of sense for it to just move on about. And my cat just awoke, and then he sat right down, which is such a cat thing to do. I mean, yeah, I cannot find better words to describe a cat. And other pants. Okay, so this is actually kind of closer, which kind of makes it easier, but then again not. Right? Of course. Perfect. We'll pretend that's okay for like the first thingy. So I mean, obviously the viewpoint of this is someone looking down, and it's kind of not the whole image of the person looking down, but it's a bit more closer to the ground. And then the person is like, what the fuck's going on? How the fuck am I walking in space, you know? And then there's, I mean, clouds, and this clouds is behind, and it's also going to be extended to on top and kind of in the legs, so you have a sense of ground, but then again, the whole background is just, are you sure? Because I'm not. And that makes sense, obviously. Of course. How could it not? So, I'm thinking, instead of going fully, fuck, I got a lot of light, I should not. Instead of going fully on with the color right away, I kind of need to sneak up upon where the colors are supposed to be, and I need a blacker color. There we go. And it just brighten itself up because of the, it's not healthy. So I'm trying to sneak up upon where the bright and where the contrast is then supposed to be, and I got way too much white. Now where is the thingy? There is the thingy. Where is she? My cat hissed at me because I made sounds and it's not happy. So I'm just trying to remove the light because I didn't fuck up. I mean, I did, but it's not completely fucked yet. I have to admit. So far, so good. And it kinda still makes sense. And then he went down. Just not a care in the world. Because he's a fucking cat. That looks dumb. thing that I'm viewing now is that not necessarily having the pen so prevalent as like in the picture might be a nice touch, I think, just to add to the like uncertainty of the whole picture, and that makes it so much easier to paint. Oh my god. If the pants are black, that means I just have to put in like light parts. So I'm working on that. This one is going terribly. This one I think might have a shot of being good. But I think it's mainly because of the contrast from the cloud. From the fog, I mean. This thing. But yes, I think maybe I will add like shooting stars and shit, because it's aesthetic. But working with just black and white is not easy, because it doesn't necessarily make that much sense. Great. Now I should probably try and make a skin color, if possible. Now that's too gray. So a bit green and a bit red is how you make skin color with then some orange. Now that's red-ish. Perfect. And yeah, as I also said, there won't be any weird, funny water, because I'm not necessarily hungover, but I am not capable of drinking more. So I have regular blue lighter fluid because it tastes good. Because last night I was at a birthday party with my friend. She doesn't have birthday until Monday, but that's okay to celebrate earlier instead of celebrating on a Monday, because that kind of sucks. And that was fun, and then it wasn't that fun, because I mean I drank a lot. I got shit faced on the toilet throwing up, but that's okay because it has to happen. I mean, you're only young once. So and then after taking a cigarette, I thought, okay, I'ma take my shit and leave. And I don't say goodbye like, okay, bye, I'ma leave, because then I have to explain why I have to leave, and I don't like doing that, so I'm just leaving. But I mean, yeah, it's okay. It happens. Now, this didn't turn out as good as I hoped it would, which sucks, but I mean it has to happen sometimes. Yeah, not at all. It needs to be lighter, but it's hard making it lighter. Do you have a reference photo for this? If so, you should put it on your Instagram as comparison. Yes, I do. It is just dangling feet, because I couldn't find the picture where it is actually smoke around. So, but yeah, definitely I should do that. That's a good idea. Thank you. But I will like do it when it's done. Yeah. Because yeah, it looked weird if I just posted a picture of my feet on Instagram. So I won't necessarily be doing that until it's completed. So, trying to make socks is also hard, because it's kind of hard seeing where the socks start and where the shoes start. But it's okay, because I think I got it, kind of. I just need to make the fog a bit more, at least on this side, because it looks a bit too big and it doesn't look as to proportions. So like, kind of. But I think I have a bit too much color on my pencil. So that's okay. It also happens. So for the time being, I'm most happy about this leg, because I haven't worked on it as much, so I couldn't possibly have fucked it up as much as I have on that one. But then again, that one looks more realistic, but this one looks better. It just does. It's just a thought. I have good ideas from time to time. Oh no. You weren't allowed to send the message, but I did not accuse you of being a foot pervert. I don't think I had those words. I think I have absolutely no clue as to what kind of context you might have misheard whatever the words I was saying, but I promise you, you're not. So, but yeah, you do have good ideas, so don't ever think otherwise. But I am liking this color I'm mixing now, and it's darker. and it looks a bit more like the color on the the picture I have. So I will use this. And I ruined it. That's okay, because it's it's a part of the process. It's okay. I need to trust the process. It makes sense. It just hasn't made sense yet. Because everything makes sense. It just needs time to make make sense. No. Perfect. Ish. It's way too bright. Way too far up. It's kind of a subtle light at the small tip of the thingy. No worries, just having a hard time hearing, that is it. Oh, well then I still have problems with the microphone, but that's okay. Maybe I'm just not as good at speaking as I thought I were, but I mean, it do happen. So, I don't know how to fix that. I mean, I can probably put the microphone down here because I'm speaking more down than up, possibly. Yeah, I do think it does help. Yeah, it looks like it helped. So, choose. Fuck. Now, I should probably try to make the laces of the shoes as well, but I can't really fucking see them, at least not everything of them. So yeah, that sucks, but I need to use some more black. To fix up the shoe, because it's not like, it's a bit big. There it is. That didn't help. No, my phone speaker is trash. You might be fine. Okay. I mean, that's a small relief, but I mean, it's always good testing out different angles and shit. But yeah, I mean, it do be happening sometimes. Perfect. Maybe I should just fix this up too, because it's also not quite. And now I need to make the other color. And now I need that a bit darker on the top of the shoes, actually, because it's darker from the top of the picture than the bottom of it, or like the sides of it. Perfect. That looks ish okay. Kind of. In a way. It's Saturday, the only day you stream. Yes, because that's when I'm alone. And I mean, I am alone on weekdays as well, but that's when I am home from work. So, like, it's not necessarily the first thing that comes to my mind. And I also do workouts after work, so I don't like kill my joints. And so yes, I think at least as long as I live with my mom, I will probably usually only stream on Saturdays. But I mean, this stream is early because my mom wanted to come home at 11 because she's doing some work as something I didn't really listen to what it was, but that's okay. So I started the stream a bit early just to compensate. Now, it's hard getting skin tone in a darker color than the skin tone, if you know what words I'm trying to explain to you. How long have you been streaming for? I have now been streaming for three weeks, and I did stream for last year, but I mean, I don't remember how many streams I did. But currently I've been streaming for like 55 minutes precisely. So in that sense, you're early. But I mean, I did look over my follower notification thingy, and I mean, you did follow me last year, so you were the last follower I got last year, so I mean, that's kind of fun. Now, the skin tone is hard to get right, so I'm thinking of making the socks longer so I don't have to alternate that many colors. Now, that wasn't a smart idea, but I've been dumber, so it's okay. Okay. It's okay. It makes kind of sense that I need to make the socks darker. So, I guess, it's not on the picture. On the picture, everything looks orange. I know, then you left. Oof. Sorry. The content wasn't the content that I was, I guess, most proud of. So I thought, okay, maybe when I'm a bit more mentally stable. But, yeah. Because I wanted to paint, like, real paint, but I didn't have, most things you would need to do that. I don't remember whether or not I had an easel, but it was also hard positioning things and like having things to say, I guess, all the time, because inspiration and motivation wasn't at the highest. If even prevalent at all. Now, I need to make some shoelaces. So they kind of look darker. Yeah, that can look weird. It's okay. I'm allowing it to. Therefore, it was totally not something I just tried to do but didn't know how to do. That makes it okay. So, that's one lace. Perfect. And now it needs to just heat, like, just down to about here, actually. I can pretend that's perfect. But I need a bit more prevalentness. It needs to fucking exist as one entity. Yeah, I can pretend that's good. But I should probably make the top ones darker. That's not darker. That's still not darker. Fuck. This darker. Fantastic. I mean, perfect. That was exactly what I meant to do. I mean, so far I'm actually glad you can't see everything completely clear because it doesn't look that good. So I mean, can't wait for you to like see everything that looks shitty. But I mean, at least from your point of view, it looks kinda nice. It looks really foggy and really unreal, at least from what I'm viewing. So I mean, that's what I want. So when you then see how it turned out, it's kind of a downgrade, not gonna lie. But I mean, it do be happening sometimes. So, the other shoelace, that's kind of on a field day actually. I need more black. So it's ready to conceal the things I don't know how to properly do. I should actually just start with doing the darker thing of it. It's small, but again, I'm not a phone. Oh yeah. Okay, I mean, if you were not on a phone and on a computer, probably. Or maybe if you zoom in, then it kind of looks what I'm looking at, and that looks better. I did like the photos you put up on your Instagram of the last week's painting. I was able to see the window chimes and stud clearly. I don't know, I put is not allowed to be read in chat, but that's obviously a mistake. I need to revisit what I allowed people to write or not, but yes, definitely the other picture was a lot better than what was visible stuff, not stud. Oh yeah. The actual items. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I liked it a lot. The last painting. It made sense. It made perfect sense. And it was a nice small living room. And I mean, for not knowing what I was going to make, it turned out fantastic. So, then it just eats kind of down like that, actually. perfect. And then I need it to be lighter. Again, small keyboard. It's okay. I also have a small keyboard on my phone. I mean, it's smaller than my fingers, so it's kind of a miracle people even be able to write anything. I mean, I guess it makes sense why autocorrect is such prevalent in today's texting. Back in a few. See ya. I'm gonna try and make shoelaces make sense. And it's kind of hard. And it doesn't make as much sense as I would like it to. And I'm trying to make the shading also make sense, which it doesn't make sense. But that's okay. I still got time to make it make sense. Force it. I mean I have to force it with at gunpoint to make it make sense. But if you're forcing things out of people, you're most likely to not get the truth. Now I'm really confused as to which one of these I'm most proud of. I seem to find something wrong with each one of them. And it's probably because of this being so goddamn dark. I mean, compared to everything else, but in the picture it's darker but it doesn't make sense here. I think in art to translate images into painting is making them make sense in the form, in the new format it's being brought into life as. But that's kind of tricky. But it makes sense that this would be darker, but I mean I think I went a bit too dark. At least as to comparison, and this is probably a bit too bright at some points, so it doesn't really make sense. All the way through. Let's pretend that's perfect and work on the fucking pants. Does anyone else from a year ago show up? I do not. I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe. Possible. But at least they haven't spoken in chat, so I'm not that sure I wouldn't remember. Now, I need to wash this, and I need to make some pants. And I think I will make it just as black as the sky, and make the real prevalent thing just like the things, because the photo, the pants, that they don't show. I couldn't be able to tell that there were pants in the actual photo, so there's possibly something to go on there. So it's just curious, no interest behind it. Intent, I mean. Oh yeah. That's okay, I mean. It's a nice question. I mean, it is something to be curious about. Because, I mean, if someone from a year ago also, I would guess they would get notifications or something that I am streaming. So, I mean, they do have the opportunity. But, I mean, that depends whether or not they care, or whether or not they still exist. Now, perfect. That makes actual sense. Fuck. I shouldn't have ate that much lasagna. I think I ate way too much more than I should have. Now, there's something wrong with this one. It's not formed no way in the picture. So maybe I'm able to correct it. If it wants to, I mean. Oh Jesus, I just had a heart attack. I thought I had put interest. Oh, I was about to start apologizing. You don't have to apologize. If there's something I don't like, it's being apologized to, because I mean, it doesn't have that much meaning if it's, I mean, what's said is said, I mean. So, I mean, this time I was just not being able to read properly. So no need to apologize either way. Perfect. Now, need to fill in the pants, which is supposed to not exist, but I mean, with the fog there, it's kind of a bit too obvious that they do in fact exist. But then again, I don't think I cleaned the brush properly, because there are a significant ish difference in the things, you know, the pants and the sky. I mean, yeah. Now, I think perhaps it's a bit too on. He looks at the painting ominous, or I mean the brush. Maybe he wants to play. I mean my cat, that is. I mean, I don't think he's... I woke up and he was in my bed, and then I went out and I did stuff, and I came back, he was still in my bed fucking sleeping. I don't think he's done anything productivity wise today, and I must say I'm a bit disappointed of him. I thought I've been teaching him better. I mean, I thought he was a good cat. I I thought I trained him as if it was possible to train a cat. Ah. Yeah. And now I need to make it a bit lighter to make some better shadows. Shit. Oops. Who? Oh, my cat. His name is Oscar. I don't think he is visible. Oh yeah, his leg is like there. That's his leg. That's my cat. And he doesn't do much, as I mean cats do. Now, I don't know who else I could have talked about other than my cat. So, yeah. But at least he's loving when he wants to. When he wants to, he's loving, and that's still why he's a cat. But I made the bed sheets. Yes, I made it sort of. I folded it over him so he would like to have a fucking cave, and he absolutely loves it. So I mean, I guess that's why he hasn't moved all day. It was your cat. You came full circle, and I figured out what you were talking about. Cool. That's amazing. I don't have any other thoughts that just popped into my mind. Uh, just all of a sudden, it went blank. Um, but I think it was cat related. Oh, I mean, yeah, he's just been in bed all day, doing nothing, and I I mean, I wish I could be him, honestly. Now, I need to make the socks make sense, because at this point, they don't. But I have no clue how to make them make sense. So, maybe, possibly, make it in a slightly different color. Have some real brown and light it up with some white. Yeah, I think that can work. Yeah, this works. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. Perfect, and I don't need it to not be as bright. So I'll just take the parts which I didn't mix in a lot of white, and then it's brown socks. It's okay. I mean, colorful socks are still trendy. Or I mean, used. Worn, I mean. I'm going to pretend that it's looking perfect. But it definitely looks better than what I was initially doing. So I mean, in that way, in that sense, I mean, I'm proud. I remember having the same thoughts as a child. My cat would be in all those cool hiding places I wish I could have been in. I mean, being reincarnated as a cat is probably the best thing to be reincarnated as. Or, the best possible thing in the universe you could be is a house cat with like an actual household. I mean, if you're a stray cat, it's not so cool, I'd say, but for the house cats, they're fucking living. Now, I'm going to take and give this some highlights. Probably, I think I should make some lighter spots on the pants first. I think the life of a cat is scary. How's the life of a cat scary? I mean, if it's a stray cat, I can get it. But if it's just a house cat, I don't believe it to be scary in any way. You need to elaborate on that. Because that doesn't make sense. There's your drunk guru. Have you seen them outside? Their adrenaline must be high all the times. No, it's just they get all sounds, and it's, I mean, the world we live in today, our society just has a lot of noises, and to like know which sounds to like listen to or not can be like weird, I guess. I mean, sure, house cat is chill, but I mean regular cats. But house cats are regular cats. I mean, at least in my view, because my house cat is also outside cat. So, I mean, he's able to go outside and shit. But, it's just when cats are outside, they have hunting instincts and stuff. And they are aware that they can be like big boys and they can do stuff. They need to catch mice and leave it in front of the door so he can pretend he's contributing to the welfare of the household, you know? Street cats. Okay. Street cats, I mean. No, I think they're just I have absolutely no thoughts. But I mean, no, I don't have any thoughts. My head is completely blank. But I mean, street cats, they shouldn't be in the streets. That's the wisest thing I can say about them. Now, I should probably have some highlights onto the other things. Now I need the reference photo to see where it should be highlights. It's kinda hard when the shoelace is in the way. Fuck. I should have used a smaller pencil. But that's okay, because I'm an expert and I did this like perfectly with no difficulty at all. Perfect. Now there's the thing on the one shoe that I'm not sure of what is. At least nobody's not busy sites. Cities, okay. Sure did, no. Sure did, you're the best. I am the best. But yeah, I I don't have anything else to say. Right now my mind doesn't really work. I think it's too complicated trying to paint something that is supposed to look real. This looks okay. Let me just make it a bit more white. But I should switch to a smaller pencil so I don't overdo it. So I don't make any more mistakes that doesn't exist. Now, there it is, right on the microphone. So, it's going to be pure white highlights now, because these highlights are a bit grayish. I mean the ones I've already made. Do you think about what you're going to paint during the week or just before you start? Well, my mind is procrastinating as a start procedure. I mean, like the first mental state I have is, okay, I don't need to think about that right now, but I usually have an idea. I mean, not last time, but I usually have an idea of what I want to make at least a couple of days in beforehand. At least what I want the background color to be, like if I want it to be a dark painting or if I want it to be a brighter one. That's usually the main thing that I think of because it's easier. And I mean, as I probably say a lot, and which I probably will say a lot more, is that the less of a firm idea you have, it's easier being proud of what you've made. So I mean, these shoes, I'm not proud of them. This is too thick and not long enough, and it kind of looks funky. And I mean, this one is really good, but then again, this shadowing are very sharp compared to this, which is very airbrushed. I mean, not solid shadow. So I like this shoe better, but I like this pant better. And these two are kind of like, they could have been better. But I mean, that's so. At least it's not one complete leg that I'm just totally dissatisfied with. At least they have good qualities, both of them. Now, when I've done this line of lighting, I will start on I will start on making some more fog because that's always necessary. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, good enough. I mean, perfect. It couldn't have gotten any better. Now, I'm thinking that the fog should be purple. And I don't know necessarily exactly why, but purple just came to my mind and I want it on this painting. Now, I think this is the darkest purple I own. I don't think I have another purple, at least. No, it doesn't look like that. So, yeah, I do have another purple. That was not easy opening. Away from my phone for a few. Okay. See ya. Usually, luckily I have tools to open small cartridges. But, oh yeah, that's a lot darker. It's a good thing I have multiple purples. Now, I need this one, or maybe this one, a bit bigger one. But as long as it's oval at the top, it will work because it looks better. So, now I will just mix the two purples I have together because both of them are not as pigmented as I would like them to be. So that sucks, but I need cheap paint. And then I will take some of this black and then I will mix them with some of it to have a darker one. And I should take this over all of the thingies. Står det upp, Oskar? No. Laying his ass straight down. So. That's one foggy cloud turn purple, and then let's make this one turn purple as well, just to make the dream vibe fully understood. And I mean, gray clouds aren't that pretty. So there's another one gone purple. And then here is a third one gone completely purple. Perfect. And it also makes it a bit more color because it's other than some weird versions of yellow, there's really not that much color going on in this painting, which is not healthy. because I mean you need color to see, I guess. I mean without color there would be sad thoughts. Man, what if everyone was colorblind? What if we truly are just colorblind and we've pretended all these years that colors exist and everything is just truly one color? That'd be dumb. I mean, it'd be sad and kind of weird, but it would also show how great the mind and the human race is to make themselves believe in fucking anything. I did a mistake, but I think it's too late. Yeah. That's big sad. I need to be more careful. And I probably need to paint over just once more to be able to hide my mistakes. Because I mean, nobody likes mistake. I mean, nobody likes making mistakes, but everybody does them. Like the Hannah Montana song, everybody makes mistakes. Okay, that's perfect. You missed me making a mistake. You missed my cat going up for like 5 seconds, and then me looking at him weirdly, and then he didn't do anything more. But I'm making the clouds fucking purple because it looked kind of sad, the painting. So I'm trying to make it a bit more happy. But then again, purple isn't necessarily the biggest happy color, but it's like dark and subtle, and it kind of goes with like cloudy or foggy thingy. If that makes sense, which of course it does, because I mean everything makes sense in the void, of course. But I've been trying not to do mistakes and like color over the things. I mean, there's a reason why I wanted to do like the things far away first, but I mean, it comes back to me because somehow every single time you need to fix on something behind the main motif, and then it's just possible fuck up. It's a part of the process, I guess, now. But luckily I haven't been doing it that badly, except for now, but that's okay. We can pretend it doesn't happen. But I'm thinking of making the purple clouds also go over the shoes a bit, so it's okay. It's not a life and death situation. So it's okay. No harm done. Now, I'm gonna put in some white, and that made it really fucking white. So, I'm gonna take some of that and just drag it off, and then I'm gonna put it in a corner to make it like slightly brighter. Yes, perfect. And I can make this slightly brighter if it will allow me, which I don't think it will, but at least I have a point of light which is there, so that's where I'm gonna build up the light, because it comes from there. So it makes sense. Whatever you say, boss. I don't know what it is I said, but thank you. I'm proud. But if it was that I didn't do any mistakes, that was probably a lie. But now we have some even brighter purple, and we're gonna put on here. And it doesn't really look brighter, which sucks. Yeah. So it does, but I digress. Keep continuing. Because it can't look any worse. Now, I need to make it brighter. I think that's brighter. Kind of. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I'm just blind. No. And we're going to put it there. And over there. Up there, And then we're going to do the part I've been dreading, and that is covering one of the shoes. Because, dimensions. Yeah. And I wanted it to go from like up here and like just slightly across like that, and probably a bit down and over here as well. Now perfect. It doesn't look weird. It kind of looks weird. So I'ma continue pretending and following through, making it make sense at the end. So I'ma do this one, and I'ma do this one, and I'ma do this one. Right. And then I'm gonna go over here again, and then I'm gonna make that brighter, and then I'm gonna make this here also brighter, and this here also a lot brighter. Now, and then brighter, more light. Starting here, and then making it brighter here as well, and then making it brighter here as well. Just slightly small taps of brighter things each time, because the small spots of light is makes it it looks more realistic. Yeah, it does. Perfect. Even brighter. More light. More sunshine thoughts. Maybe there. Yeah. Perfect. And then brighter. I'm kind of being selective to where I'm making it brighter each time. I mean, because like it's not completely bright every single time, you know? So it would be weird if it was brighter all at the same time. If that makes sense. But like a cloud, when you look at the cloud, it's not it doesn't like it isn't that defined where it is starting to be like going from bright to dark. It's kind of ish anywhere, and like a bit all over, I guess. So it's like suddenly bright, some completely different random spot that doesn't really make sense to be really bright, but then just, oh, okay, it is great. So yeah, you just need to make sense. Or maybe it's a giant just floating in space, chilling, making some hamburgers, I guess. And I'm not making it really brighter from each time now. I'm making a bit more subtle transformation, because I realize that the darkest colors and then putting in just a bit white was a big transaction, or at least I don't see that much transaction going on, which isn't healthy. I mean, it says it is healthy. I can't say anything about that, but it looks kind of weird. So I'm gonna be a bit careful making things a bit defined. Yeah, I think that works actually pretty fucking damn well. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably. Yeah, that does actually make sense. I just had to think a bit. Just had to just like a whole lot. Am I being artist now, or am I being a surrealism? I mean, what genre am I painting now? So I think I need some more stars, and I think that I should make the stars with a tint of color, and at least add a fuckload of more of them, because it feels a bit empty in the background, you know, and I need to make the focus shift from the fucking feet. Shit. And these stars will be the last thing that I make onto this piece of art. What's wrong with the feet? They look a bit weird. They looked a bit weird, but I covered it with clouds, so as of right now, they look completely fine. I mean, you just have to wait and see on Instagram, I guess. So yeah, but there's nothing necessarily wrong with them. It's just it didn't lighting and like shadowing. It's still too hard for me to grasp the concept of it. It's a bit still a bit confusing and hard to understand. Now, fuck. This part is actually purple, so I shouldn't have painted stars there. But I mean, the feet are like perfect, as good as feet can be. Now, I'ma fill it very closely with stars, because the universe is infinite. Right. That makes sense. That's a good reason. Line your laugh. It's unique. Thank you. I've been bullied by it most of my life, and then I grew into a teenager, and then there were some people who, or I mean grown-ups, who realized that people bullied me for it, and then the grown-up person said only real, I mean genuine people will like my laugh, and it's been helping me avoid people who are fucking trash. So I mean, it's a beautiful laugh. It's just laughing inwards instead of like ha 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 out. It's like hee 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 inward. And I mean, even my friends find it annoying, at least when I like can't fucking stop, because like everything, it just escalates it for some reason sometimes, and then I get the, oh, you're not really laughing anymore, you're just pretending because haha, I guess you're center point of something or some reason. I don't really remember what she said, but it hurt my feelings. But that's okay, because sometimes you're gonna get your feelings hurt, and that's the star thingy. And I'm gonna make another one down here. Perfect, that looks cute as fuck. Yeah, I realized you meant like. And it's really flattering, and I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, it was a brilliant idea adding more stars to this, because it kind of looked empty. I mean it had a bit too much going on here, and then it just looked a bit lonely. I mean, that makes more sense. So I'm a fucking genius. Now, I think I should have another one, just right here. That's a huge one, fuck. And another one here. Yeah. But I shouldn't have made them all linear. I should have made. Fuck. Okay, let me just make a fuck ton of them too, I guess. Perfect. I mean, it's a bit smudgy. Maybe it's a huge one. I did not think of that. Let me just make it prevalent. Let me make a small one. Yeah. Perfect. There we go. That's a bunch of shooting stars. Yeah, that's a lot going on. Now, I am actually proud of this, and I mean, I didn't think, going on with the shoes, I didn't think I'd be this proud, and as keen to it as now, but I am, so that means it's a good place to stop before I ruin it. Thank you. I'm also glad to hear it. Now, I will post a better quality image of this onto my Instagram, and I will have to see you next Saturday, because now I have to walk my dog before she pisses herself. I mean, she hasn't done it since she was a child, but I mean, you never know, and I have to get dressed in probably 3 layers of wool because it's freezing outside now. So thank you for watching the stream, and as you leave the void, remember, everything everywhere else also makes sense. So thank you. Have a good time.